All right, Julian. So a while back ago, you were able to be with Ashton Sylve.
Hmm.
Talk to me about that process when you were with him, training him over here at Churchill.
You know, Ashton Sylve is incredibly talented naturally, but I think I want to give the most credit to his father. His father has done a tremendous job of, guiding him the right way. He's a good kid, and he stays disciplined all the time. The kid has never taken like I've never seen him take like a break. You know what I mean? And he wants it, and he's willing to absorb. He's smart enough to absorb what is useful and discard what is not. So I think that was my favorite thing about working with him here. And I've known the kid since he was, I don't even know, maybe 6 or 7. But yeah, they've been all gas, no brakes on hard work in the gym and his education. So I'm a big fan.
When he was here at Churchill, what was one of the things that you saw him, whether about his pros, his cons, or anything that you saw that you were like, you know what, critique this and that. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that for me, the thing that was the most impressive was his versatility. He can box as a left-handed fighter. He can box as a right-handed fighter. I saw guys get close to him. I saw guys try to box him from afar, and he was able to. There was no part in that ring or any range in that ring that he seemed uncomfortable. He's a very versatile fighter. Critiques, like inside the ring, really don't have any. He just needs more experience. Sometimes I see him like a lot of people will criticize him about like sometimes your hands are down or whatever, but it's good to work on certain things. You know what I'm saying? And I see him working on these things. When there's pros and cons to everything, right? When the hands are down, a lot of times fighters will keep their hands down to keep a guy off them. Guys will hesitate about throwing to a guy with his hands down because they don't want to look silly and miss. So a lot of times, like fighters will put their hands down for rest. A lot of fighters have fought with their hands down. Nassim Hamed, lately Sergio Martinez. These guys fought with their hands down, and the threat comes from a different position. So, but like I said, he understands the pros and cons to everything, to a lot of things in this game, and he can adapt. He has different guards and stuff like that. So, but yeah, he's a talented kid.
He's 16 years old and he's about to make his pro debut this month on the 29th. Is it too early, or is it something, you know what, now's the time from your perspective?
I mean, he's fought overseas. I know he went to Ireland. He's gotten that international experience. Of course, anyone who's turning pro, I would always say, like, if you can try and make it to the Olympics, that's an experience you'll never forget. You'll get to box with guys from all over. Like, fight, different than sparring, right? You'll get to fight guys from all over, see all different kinds of styles. But, who knows when amateur boxing is coming back. And, I mean, he's got the skills. He's got better skills than a lot of pros already. So I'm excited to see, him progress through the professionals. And one of the biggest things is I hope that he doesn't let any external factors. He's still young. He hasn't experienced much of life. I just hope he stays focused on the dream, on the goal, which I think he will because his father is good with that.
If he was right here next to you, what would you advise him to tell him right now?
Man, just keep listening and stay out of stay out of trouble. Like dedicate your life to the sport because he's got it all, in my opinion. I mean, he can he's got discipline, he's got talent, he's got the work ethic. He's just missing the pro experience. So if he can get that experience with his natural talent and his work ethic, sky's the limit. Like it's so hard. The more I've gotten into this game, it's so hard to find somebody with everything. Sometimes the guys who work hard aren't that talented. The guys who are super talented, they're lazy. He's got, in my opinion, he's got it all. Like as of right now, the only thing that could screw him up possibly is external factors. A bad girl. Everybody knows that's a classic. poison. He's like a bad woman. I mean, if she doesn't support you and understand that you're an athlete and your window to make it is a short window, leave her, drop her. I'm sorry, drop her. It's about you right now. If she sticks with you throughout and is supportive and helps you in your career, then when you're done boxing and you've made your money, give it right back. But when you are an athlete, and especially in boxing, it has to be about you. It has to be. So, like I said before, just try not to let I don't think he will ever be into that, but still have to say, drugs, alcohol, parties, you steer clear from all that. You keep focusing on your craft and building and keep your humble confidence at where it needs to be. Sky's the limit for that kid.
I talked to you about this before off camera, but I do want to emphasize that you mentioned external factors, social media. He's
Yeah.
16 years old, 100,000 people following him. Talk to me about how can that be, it could be a pro, but can also be a con as far as living up to your hype at a young age when people are already following you. What do you think about that?
I think you can let it affect you in two different ways. A lot of people, when the pressure's on them, it motivates them to train harder to prove everyone wrong that is hating on a page. It's so crazy, right? We're so attracted to the hate, right? You'll see so many positive comments, and a lot of people won't even bother to respond, but then you'll see one negative one, and all of a sudden, like,
It's everything.
that's everything, right? So it's literally how he takes it, to the perspective he takes toward it. If he takes the hate and he takes it on and lets that drive him, then by all means, keep that social media coming. But if it's in any way, hindering his growth, try to ignore it. Social media is a lot. It's weird. It's a psychological weapon, and the amount of depression in teenagers now is higher than it's ever been because they're consistently comparing themselves to other people. And for me, this is a lesson to anybody who's watching, no matter what age, right? Comparing yourself is a terrible idea, because the more, even as you grow more successful, you're gonna start comparing yourself to other people in that category of success. And if you continue to compare yourself, you're never gonna fucking be happy.
And that's the thing, right, Julian? Because you and I, when we were young, we were comparing ourselves with the people around our circle. But
Yeah.
now you're comparing with everybody around the world.
Exactly. So just fucking focus on you. Do your thing. Do the best you can at it. And the proof is in the pudding. And that's one of the things with social media that is dangerous, is that a lot of you can fake it till you make it, like, more than ever nowadays. Ashton is not a fake fighter. The kid can go, and I'm excited to see for people who are saying that, social media, spar better fighters, do this, do that. Just wait. Watch the kid. Just wait.
Thank you, Julian.
Of course.